The Independent National Electoral Commission has presented certificates of return to National Assembly members-elect of the 15th April supplementary elections. Some of the lawmakers-elect commended INEC for a job well done and described their success as victory for democracy. Now, the majority leader of the House of Reps, Al-Hassan Doguwa, who is the member-elect for Doguwa Tudunwada Federal Constituency in Kano State, described his victory as exceptional. Vajide, let's begin with you first off on this matter. We know we've seen a lot of drama played out, during the elections, but what's your assessment first off, and seeing that the certificates of return has been given to winners in the last elections?
Well, I think that INEC should be commended. We can't always sit here and criticize them. It's not an easy job to mobilize for election and conduct elections successfully. Our people by nature are difficult, so as you are making your plans to deliver seamless elections, they are making their plans to compromise the process. So if you can deliver free, fair, and credible elections in the final analysis, then you deserve to be praised. And that's why you see, talking about these supplementary elections, they've gone very well in virtually everywhere. It would seem that supplementary elections are mere formalities because most times the lead that the front runner has will seem unassailable. And for that reason, most of the time the voters do not show interest. In these supplementary elections, the turnout was extremely low. People believe that the winner had already emerged. That it's just a coronation that the winners are waiting for, and that's what we saw. No upset in the real sense of the word, no upset. For example, in Zamfara, where Kabiru Maafa was trailing the PDP candidate, I knew that he would not be able to catch up with him, and that's what happened. In Adama, where Aisha Dahiru, alias Binane, was trailing Governor Fintri with more than 30,000 votes, I knew that she would not be able to catch up with the governor. And that's what happened, because you are limited by the fact that a good number of the voters are not going to show up. And you need them to turn up in tremendous numbers for you to even stand a chance of catching the front runner. But where only a fraction of them show up on election day, how do you catch the front runner? So, by and large, the exercise went on smoothly, if not for what happened in Adamawa State. And thankfully, INEC responded appropriately. The matter has been put to bed, and a winner has emerged, and the winner has received the certificate of return. So that matter
has been laid to rest.
Is water under the bridge.
Dari, seeing that we know that supplementary elections, from what Babajide is saying, people do not really have this keen interest. We see the outcome, the voter turnout might not be quite impressive. What do you think INEC needs to do to improve its overall electoral process so that it doesn't need to go into supplementary elections?
Yeah, well, the commission, like it said, immediately after the general elections, made it clear that they have learned some lessons, and that mistakes were made and the lessons were learned. So one believes that drawing from these lessons and their mistakes, they would improve on what they've been doing. And I think that's the greatest way to go about ensuring they do better in subsequent elections. But having said that, I believe that no matter how perfect or near perfect INEC turns out, you cannot rule out supplementary elections. You must understand that it is not only the failure of INEC's gadgets or men that usually cause supplementary elections. Where you have violence, there will be supplementary election. And that's not something INEC can help. INEC cannot provide or assure security. So you understand that when you have such a situation, it is beyond INEC. And that's something most people don't actually understand. In running to condemn the electoral body, we sometimes heap on it faults that are not its own.
It is, right.
Where people decide to force INEC officials to declare results that are fake, there will be supplementary elections. So in such situation, INEC, no matter how much they... For example, that's why you can hear somebody was in the thick of things like Dogua, Honorable Dogua in Kano, saying his victory now at the supplementary is exceptional. I agree with him. Because in Kano, the victory of the likes of Senator Barao, Jibrin, and Honorable Dogua is quite exceptional. Where NMPP, I would say, ran riots, surprised everybody, and Rabi Musa Kwakwaso showed that he is the man in charge of Kano. You see, 2023 election is one election Nigerians should not wish away. Sincerely, in spite of the hiccups, in spite of whatever shortcomings, this is an election that showed us all that the people can actually determine who leads them. Kano is an example. The ruling party, APC, the governor, a political technocrat in his own right, surrounded by people who can claim to have been around in politics for a long time, who can claim to know Kano very well, who can lay claims to things they have done for the people. But the political structure of the Kwakwasiya movement is enduring. And it proved that during the election. So you would understand that there is no perfect election. But where we have an election that showed us the possibility of a future where the votes will count more and more. Rather than utterly throw away the baby with the bathwater because there are some shortcomings here, difficulties here. We should embrace what we have, study it critically, look at the new things we did that gave us those shining moments, those bright lights that we can now call upon and say, because somebody was analyzing this election and said, aside from the June 12, 1993 election, is yet to see another election where Nigerians went to the poll, hopefully, determined and ready to use their vote to make a change. You saw what happened, upsets here and there. And that is why by the time we were going into the supplementary elections, it was easy to predict. Like BKO said, there were no surprises. People expected some tables to turn during the supplementary election. We are listening to him making some analysis before saying, look, nothing will change here. This will remain this way. Because the general election already showed us where the people are standing.
Right.
And the few who came out to vote, you saw in some places where a party wins the supplementary election but still lost the general count because the margin already secured. In spite of the fact that there are enough voters, registered voters who can obtain it, majority of them will not come. As far as many of them are concerned, they are done and dusted with the election. So it is kudos to INEC and congratulations to the Nigerian people. Well. Because we have shown that we can actually change things with our votes.
All right, let's quickly